Hello happy campers, my name's Nikki and welcome to Yougo Camping. So today's topic, we're going to be talking about how to check your tent for water damage and how to protect your tent against water damage so that you can keep your tent going for longer. So the first thing to say is if you've got a brand new tent, there's probably no reason to worry about it at all. Most tents come out of the factory fully waterproofed and ready to go, but it's always worth testing it before you go. Pop it up in a field or in your garden like I've done here, so that you can test it just to make sure that you're not going to get wet on your first camping trip. So of course the best way to test a tent is to grab hold of a hose or a watering can and just put some water over the top of it. Always check the seams, they're the bit that's going to probably cause the most trouble for you, and they're usually the bits that go first. So if you've had your tent for a little while, it's always worth just checking those seams just to make sure that they're going to be alright. So another thing that's going to really help to prolong the life of your tent is if you stretch out your guy lines properly. You'll see when you look at your guy lines where they're supposed to go. This is really important to follow that because it means that the water will flow properly and it won't pull your tent in an odd direction and put the fabric under undue stress. And talking about fabric, the best thing to do is to check your fabric up close. So obviously tents are quite large and some of them it's a little bit too big to do this with, but again check the seams specifically, so make sure you go over the seams, just have a look to see if there's any areas of damage or any areas of problems that you might want to go over with some Nikwax. So talking about Nikwax, Nikwax is possibly the most well-known of the camping chemicals that you can use on your tent to keep it waterproof. So this is really good. This one's polar proof, so it's wash-in waterproofing for fleece, ski wear and wall pile, just because that's the next thing I've got to do. You can also get all sorts of kind of waterproofing stuff. So I recommend getting solar proof for your tent because not only does it help to fight against the rain and to increase the waterproofness of your tent, but it also helps to protect against the damaging UV rays from the sun. And hopefully when you're camping, you're going to have lots and lots of sunshine. We certainly hope so too. So you can apply Nikwax by spraying it onto your tent, especially looking to the seams to make sure that you're spraying it onto the seams especially, because that's the bit that's going to degrade fastest. And it's the same with right at the top, so if you've got a dome style like I've got behind me, you really want to make sure it's right on the top so that that's the first bit that's going to get the rain, so make sure that's perfectly covered. If you haven't got a spray can, so this is not a spray one, again this is actually for fleece wear, but that's okay. So if you haven't got a spray bottle for your Nikwax, you can either pour it into a spare spray bottle, which is going to be your best bet, or you can just put it on a bit of rag and go over the seams. In that case, I definitely suggest just doing the seams rather than the whole tent itself, especially if your tent's quite a big one. You can actually get enormous barrels of Nikwax with a massive spray, so they're great for your big tents. I wouldn't worry about this too much if your tent is brand new though. So that's all from us this week. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop us a comment in the comment section below, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye happy campers.